this is Ria. Welcome back to Kansha Farm's channel, and today it's an update about compost. Do you remember I introduced how to start indoor compost, and today I think it's been almost a month and we want to share what we find out and what kind of problems that we encountered, and also how you feed and take care, maintenance this compost. So first thing first, we are going to show you how to compost this indoor compost. And we have food scraps. Whenever we have food scraps, we're just piling up in this container and in the freezer so that like it won't smell and it's not everywhere in the kitchen. So this is a good system, I think. And what we have here is some like grapevine and like a tea leaves, egg carton paper. It's necessary to have brown material and also green material. I made a video before how to start compost, so like you could actually watch it. So I think somewhere around here I'm gonna put something here so you could click it and watch it later. But yeah, so crucial thing about composting is you need two materials, which is brown and in green. That's you need to know. Alright, so how we feed. I am going to show you what we have here. So we have healthy worms. I hope so. I haven't seen them for 3 days. So let's open it. Ooh! You want to come closer? So here is our compost. Look at this tiny one. There's a baby. I think it's about, I don't know, a week old or something like that, I will say. So they don't like the light, so they're moving a lot. So you can see here, there's some things just sprouting. I don't know what they are, but it looks like this. And then this is a little bit too wet, to be honest. So I need to add more brown material to balance things out. But as you can see, it smells pretty good too. And you can see there is worms, like that. And I haven't fed them for 2 weeks because I encountered some problem with doing composting here. I'll tell you what we found out about issues doing indoor compost. Look at this. Yeah. And there you go. Ta-da! Yeah. Look at this fat one. Oh, they're super healthy. Good. So what we're going to do is I am going to kind of like make a hole to one side like this. Okay. And then I'm going to just add this thing. So there's eggshells, some jalapeno or pepper seeds, apple core, and you want to keep it like relatively small, so like you don't want to put like a big chunk. This is probably too big, but it's all right. And then this is going to produce a lot of water. You don't want to make this bed like too soggy. So to balance things out, you need some carbon material, which I'm going to use shredded paper. But this could be leaves and newspaper, cardboard, anything. And you want to add a little bit more carbon material than nitrogen material, the green material. If moisture level gets too high, this will absorb all the moisture and then it balances out. And I cannot tell you exactly what kind of ratio, and you can do a lot of research, but at the end I think you need to know your compost and then learn from your mistakes, and also yeah, just like experiment so that like you know how your worms are doing. So here we got a bunch of paper inside. And then we're going to kind of like cover this with soil, like that. So that's all we need to do. And then I have a little bit kitchen paper here to just kind of cover the things. And then you just leave it for a week or so, and that's how you feed your worms, you know. and that's super easy. And then they're gonna eat all your food scraps, and voila, you get black gold. So that's about feeding. And let me introduce some of the issues that I encountered doing warm compost indoor. So I think I started putting too much food waste into this compost, and I started seeing a little bit of fruit flies. So that means I put too much nitrogen material, and the bed was like a little bit too wet, and the worms are not catching up with all the food that they can consume. So things just start like rotten inside, and I think flies start coming out. And I didn't have infestation of flies inside, so when I opened bucket, maybe like a 1 or 2 came out, so that was fine. But like if you put too much food waste, you might end up bunch of flies, like fruit flies inside, and when you open indoor, like they might just swarms out. So that's something that you want to avoid. So just be careful how much food waste you're going to put when you're starting compost. And another thing is, when I start seeing fruit flies, I just let them sit for about a week and a half. I didn't add any more food waste, or like I didn't do anything, just to let them control their habitat, their home. So that eventually killed all the fruit flies, and I didn't have any more problem with that. But what happened next was mites. I started seeing like a bunch of like white egg looking things all over in this compost bin. I went to online and searched what those were. At first I thought they were eggs, and I was so happy to see them, but they were not eggs, they were like mites. So they're like slow moving things. Sometimes you don't even see them moving, they're just there. And if you really look carefully, they start moving here and there. So that's different from eggs. So what happened there was, this bed was a little bit too moist. The environment here was a little bit too wet, and mites start coming out. And if the number of the mites are low, there's no issue having them. They actually feed off like dead like skins, or like rotten things, or like basically compost material. So they actually helps the compost cycles. However, if they start getting like too big of a colony, then you might start encountering a problem. So you want to keep eye on it, and then once that happens, you probably want to put more brown material, more dry stuff like a cardboard, leaves, shredded paper, newspaper, anything like that can absorb all the moisture and balances out. So these were our tips for doing a home compost. And what I can tell is you need to experiment with your compost system. And for the 5-gallon bucket, it is actually difficult to keep up with all our food scraps, because we produce a lot of food scraps here. And so if you are producing a lot of food scraps, you probably want to have a bigger container. But if the space is limited, maybe just start with this 5-gallon to see if you like this system, so that you're not end up with big compost thing that's sitting there and then you don't like the system. So I think this is a good entry point to start. So we really love this compost system, even though it's a really small one for now. It's just because we can get a lot of good natural organic fertilizer for your plants, for our plants, and having this waste sitting in the landfill that cause a problem in the environment. You could search what kind of issues we encounter when those food waste sits in the landfill. There's a ton of resources out there online, so you can read if you're interested. And I personally think that it's important to know like how your waste is treated, and then like what kind of results that's given in the end. And I think we should really take care our waste on our own as much as we can, of course. So yeah, like I totally recommend to start experimenting a new way of taking care of your waste and see what kind of return you get from having this system. So yeah, that's about it for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe because more videos are coming. And your support, hitting the subscription and also sharing this video with your friends and family, that helps us to be motivated to create more contents like this or contents beyond this video. I don't know. Anyway, we really appreciate your support. That's all I want to say. So thank you so much for watching and see you next time.